Mraz já está há 10 anos na música e tem 3 discos editados, mas só com o seu mais recente, We Sing, We Dance, We Still Things, é que alcançou o maior sucesso. Aproveitámos a sua passagem por Portugal para 2 concertos em Lisboa e Porto para falar com o cantor.
Wake up everyone, how can you sleep at a time like this unless the dreamer is the real you?
Tell us a little story about your way to music.
Okay. Well, I began my music about 10 years ago. I was living on the east side of the United States, and I decided to drive to California. And when I got to California, I nestled into a little coffee shop, and I played my music there for about 3 years, every Thursday night, and I met a lot of the guys that I still travel with today in that community. And, we've just been fortunate to take that little show from a coffee shop and play it in other coffee shops around California, and then every time we went back to different cities, it was a little bit bigger and bigger. And to be quite honest, we never expected this, and we still don't. Like, all of us pulling into Portugal, we're like, whoa, I can't believe we're in Portugal, So we're very grateful. We're just a humble group of musicians from Southern California, and if you were to listen back to the albums, the 2 albums prior to this, you'd notice a lot of similarities. We try to make music that's full of variety, lots of color and optimism.
You have 3 albums, but now you have such a success with this 3rd album. Why do you think that happened? Why just now?
Why now? Well, I like to think it's just because we have put in the time and the years traveling. And everything prior to this album, I didn't really leave the United States too much. But also, as I made this album, I really was trying to create an album that, regardless of what language you spoke, you would still feel the sunshine in the album.
Some songs were composed when you were making a trip through Europe. How was that trip? Tell us.
Oh, that trip was fantastic, and to me, it's ongoing. To keep coming back and reunite with the friends that I met, and it was for 3 summers. I started backpacking, and then I would bring my guitar and play in people's backyards and clubs and anywhere I could. And so by the time I made this new album, I feel like I did have a lot of influence from my friends in Europe and my travels. This album talks mostly about gratitude, saying thank you to as many things as you can think of.
With most of humankind, and said it was a kind of treasure.
I love to write everywhere. I can write on the bus, I can write on the plane, I can write in a hotel, at the beach, here at this venue, it doesn't matter. I'm easily inspired.
About dancing, do you remember the first music that made you dance?
It was Michael Jackson's Thriller. No, actually, I gotta back up. It was the Thriller album that I loved, sincerely. But there was a song called You Drop a Bomb on Me by the Gap Band. You drop a bomb on me, baby. And it had this really specific beat. And I remember it was the first time as a kid where I could really latch on to the beat and understand what dancing was about,
About your idols, your inspirations, would you like to steal something?
From who would I like to steal something? Wow. I love Willie Nelson, right? And I love Bob Dylan. I would love to steal their longevity. I'd love to steal their, whatever it is they've tapped into that's given them such a long life in music. That's what I like. I want some of that.
I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna keep on being strong.